Alright, welcome to our new podcast series, Animal Rambler. You might notice that Jaden's not here. That's because I'm doing Gamer Guy audio with him. Commentary Kings I'll eventually do with Dylan. We actually tried that a while ago. But no, this is a completely new one. And Natalie's joining me.
Hello.
Yeah, I figured this would be the perfect podcast for her to join because she has like 7 animals. If you guys don't remember the total count, it was in the announcement video that she joined the channel. The hedgehog she did mention did die, however she got a new one recently, so it's the same count as the announcement video.
Yeah.
Alright, so... Yeah, wait, what were you saying?
And, the hedgehog that we did have was a rescue, so she was like 3 years old when we got her, and they lived till like 4. So, it was sad, but we knew she needed a home.
Yeah, you rescue like all your animals, right?
Well, we didn't rescue, we rescued our rabbits, but we didn't rescue my lizard or my dog.
Okay. Alright.
Well, it was sort of a rescue with my dog, because when we did get her, she had fleas, and we had to take care of that because the breeder didn't take care of her.
Interesting. Anyway, so we're gonna start off with a segment that I've done in both my old talk show videos and Gamer Guy audio. It's called Reality Scoop. However, this time it has to be specifically about the pets and not just the regular stuff, because the regular stuff is on Gamer Guy audio and maybe Commentary Kings. I don't know. Anyway, so yesterday after school, I went to the vet's office because Freya needed to get checked. You know, it's just like a routine stuff. You know, you have to deal with stuff for a dog. And and my dog was the client of the day.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What does that include?
She got like, I think, a treat bag. I would show that, but this is a podcast, and my style of podcast is the type that, you know, you can only listen to. There's no visuals. Yeah, some people debate over whether podcasts can have footage or not. I go with no. But that really depends on the person.
Yeah, because it would be like, it's a little bit less like a podcast and more like a talk show then.
Yeah, and I've already tried talk shows. Those did not work well for my channel. They actually got me into a little bit of real life controversies.
Oof. Yeah.
Anyway.
Overall, I think podcasts are more fun because it's like, you don't even have to be watching. Like, you can be doing more productive stuff and listening and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, then you don't have to worry about missing the visuals.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then next, of course, this podcast is coming out seasonal, not monthly. And we talk about the seasonal tips you can use for your pets. So, let me think here. It's starting to become summer. So, I recommend that you try to take your dog out for, not talking to you, by the way, Natalie, you can listen to my advice on this, but take your dogs out for a walk, and then let me think here. Oh, yeah, and generally, like, if you see another dog, let them play. They like running around, so it's definitely a good idea in the summer when it's warm out, because then you can go out there as well and not have to worry about getting cold. And then dogs like jumping in lakes. So, yeah.
And ticks are really bad this year, especially in, like, the northerner regions. So, make sure to check your dog for ticks, because actually, my dog, Samantha, before we sprayed for ticks at our cabin, she had a deer tick, which are the tiny kind that can cause Lyme's disease, crawling on her collar that I picked off of her.
Interesting. Yeah, make sure to get your ticks, or not ticks, your Your dog's checked for ticks. I was, for some reason, gonna say get your ticks checked for dogs, but that won't work.
Yeah.
And then let me think here. So yeah, and then let me think here. I don't know. I mean, if you accidentally like let your bird out or something, might not be totally bad. You might still be able to find it because it's summer, so birds will often stay around here-ish, or at least like we're basing our stuff off of Minnesota. So yeah.
Yeah. We had an actual funny story with a bird. There was a parakeet that landed on my nana's car, and we actually named it Mel for Mellow Yellow. We took it home and we had to put out a Facebook post and everything, and we got it back to its original owners. But we almost had a bird.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me think here, Natalie. Is there any like seasonal tips like for any like rabbits or geckos? Because you have both those. You have 4 rabbits and a gecko.
Definitely for geckos, like they need a lot of sunlight. Not necessarily just putting them outside because then you might lose them.
Yeah.
But like UV lights and keeping their temperature at a good like temp. For me, I have a temperature reader on the side of my gecko's cage just so I can really monitor that they're not getting too hot or too cold, which is especially hard in the summer.
Yep. And then for rabbits.
We have our bunnies actually outside during the summer because they can get bored just like humans. So being cooped up in a cage all year long is not usually the best for rabbits' mental health. So definitely put them outside, but monitor that as well and put chicken wire down under their cage so that they can't dig out.
Yep, that makes sense. And then for hedgehogs, I don't know. Natalie's an expert on hedgehogs, but I'm gonna actually try to. I guess. I mean, like, you can bring them outside because I've seen that since Natalie's mom has a YouTube channel called Prickle Peeps. We actually reacted to that a while ago. And yeah, apparently, if you do monitor them, hedgehogs can actually go outside.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to extremely monitor them. Not as extreme as like a gecko, because you know a gecko's a lizard. Lizards like crawling around everywhere. You won't be able to keep track of them. You even take your eyes off of them for 1 second.
Yeah. And also hedgehogs, they are nocturnal. So if you want a more active hedgehog, I'd say do it later, like in the afternoon rather than in the early morning.
That would make sense. And
it's not too dark, so you can still find them.
Yeah, and also finding them might be a good thing because if the hedgehog is right by you, you might worry about accidentally stepping on them, and that's not going to bode well. That's definitely going to be a lot for the hospital bill, and if you accidentally step on them hard enough, not only will your foot probably have a risk of not being able to be kept. I don't mean to put that out of context or anything. That might actually happen if you step on a hedgehog, so you got to be careful. But that might also accidentally kill the hedgehog.
You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to deal with those with the animals with quills, because I remember that there's also porcupines have quills. Are they similar to hedgehogs, or are they like a different type of hedgehog?
Actually, porcupines and hedgehogs are not at all related.
Really?
Yeah. Like, nowhere really in the evolution line were porcupines and hedgehogs, like, had a cousin or something, or a relative. But they do have a similar kind of thing with their quills. Porcupines are really easily able to detach their quills. They cannot shoot them, though. Like, a lot of people think that porcupines can just fire off quills. They can't. They just detach really easily from their back.
That's interesting to know. All right. And then generally, like, if you live in around where, no, never mind, I'm not gonna say it for identity reasons, but I don't know if there's a lot of dog parks specifically in Minnesota, but if you can find them in like any other place, that's probably good.
And make sure to have your dog on the appropriate side. A lot of them are split up into like big dogs and small dogs.
Yeah.
And some families think, oh, well, my dog wouldn't hurt a fly. He's quite a bit bigger, but I don't want him on the big dog area. Very much keep them in the area that they're supposed to be in. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that.
Yeah. And the problem, though, is I don't know where to classify my dog, because although she is a little bit small or big, I don't know, she's like, how do I describe her height? But she's not she's not like super big, but she weighs around 43.4 pounds. Also found that out at the vet's office yesterday.
Yeah, I'd say sometimes they have them classified into like, oh, small and teacup dogs go in this area, and like in this area is medium to large dogs. So I'd say your dog is like medium.
Yeah, my dog's probably a medium. What if on the other end of the spectrum there's like a large, like around the size of like, I don't know, let me think of a dog breed here, like a Great Dane, and then it weighs like only 10 pounds because it's like super weak and the skin is like stuck to its body.
I'd still say it's very big. I mean, if it's a puppy Great Dane, then
no, like it's an adult, but it's like super malnourished.
I'd say you probably wouldn't be going to the dog park and you'd be going to the vet.
Yeah, I don't even know if a Great Dane can survive being that light.
Yeah.
Well, since this is the first time we're doing this, I actually don't know if a third segment is necessary. Actually, yeah, it is. We can just talk about, like, what's the funniest thing your dog has done? Something, I don't know. Like, any pets, actually, just...
Let me think. Oh, Samantha had a phase. Samantha's my dog, by the way.
Okay.
She had a phase where she would try and find any type of string we have in the house. And since both me and my mom do lots of crafts and I crochet, there's a lot of yarn and string in the house. So she'd always find it and then scatter it through every room. I have a video of her just all tangled up on it, and it's hilarious, but it's also a lot to roll back up.
Yep. All right. And then let me think here. Oh yeah. So my dog is actually afraid of my staircase. So for those of you who have been watching like some of my videos on like before I got my capture card, you might have noticed that I had a carpeted staircase. However, recently that's changed because my dad decided to rebuild the staircase and remove the carpeting, and now my dog is indecisive on whether to go down it or not. Like, sometimes she does, but then other times she's like at the top and she's barking because she doesn't want to go down. But she also wants to go down.
Yeah, our older dog had that problem because we had like 3 steps that weren't carpeted, and every time he tried and went down, he just kind of fell over, very like old man-like. very, very slowly he fell over. He's like, oh, I'm going down. I'm going down. I'm going down.
Yeah. Alright. So, anyway, I think that almost concludes it, by the way, guys. I'm hoping that you can hear Natalie. Your phone doesn't have enough storage to join a Google Meet, and then she doesn't have any other devices that she can use right now. So, yeah, hopefully by the next episode, which will probably be in September, you'll be able to hear her better. But that's it for now. Alright, Natalie, you can do the outro because you don't really show up on the channel too much. But then again, you've also been more contributing than the person who previously had your position in the main cast.
All right. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us, and we'll see you all back in September.
Yep. She might make a couple more appearances before September. We're not sure yet. This is just the first day of our summer break as we're filming this. So, yeah. See ya.